And we
are
are
live.
live.
We made it. We did it. We made it.
Yeah. We planned for 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it just was not working today for me. I am tired with a capital T. I think my entire month hit me.
Yeah.
Like yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like first, I cannot believe that it is actually the first, that it is November 1st. My brain is like trying to wrap its head around. I was doing that thing yesterday where I was looking back and thinking about some of the things that happened in January and February. And I'm like, that was this year. Like that January, February, that was this year. That really happened. It's not 2 different years. This is not, no, it really happened. So I feel you. I feel like October was super exhilarating, rejuvenating, so much clarity. And also my brain and body needs more time to process what happened.
Yeah, I didn't process the entire month. And I was literally on skates. I mean, for anyone that's wondering, is there something sticking off Jasmin's head? It's because I have boxes still that I have not put away from my event 3 weeks ago.
So I love that you brought this up. I didn't even see this, but now I see it.
So, I got an antenna on the top of my head. So for anyone that is wondering, oh my gosh, Jasmin's office is looking crazy. Yes, I have coffee mugs. I've got boxes. I've got podcast gear laid out all over the place. I literally have not had any time to make things look normal at my home office. My office externally is perfect. It's beautiful. But home office is looking crazy right now.
Yeah.
So please excuse that, my friends. I'm not going to get up and change it. It is what it is. This is life. This is real life.
Real. The real. I kind of love that there's a antenna sticking out of your head. You just amplified right now. You're just amplifying. She's just broadcasting, y'all. She is just broadcasting all her genius and goodness. That's what the antenna is there for. That's it. That's all. November 1st.
I'm going with that.
Yes.
I'm going with that. But I asked Kristin to say, hey, can we go live? We tried to hit it on Instagram real quick. It wasn't working. But I personally wanted to tell y'all that we, after attending my inaugural speakers conference, Legacy Scalar, was on fire. I was able to see Kristin. I already knew she was amazing and brilliant, but I was really able to see just her gift in full action. And it was absolutely magnificent.
Can I break in and say, let me also run it back for y'all, because Jasmin seeing me in action was after Jasmin had seen me in action a year ago with her privately, when I hired Jasmin for a VIP day, where she was helping me get my own talks, get my own story right. And and I literally, one of the most memorable moments from that experience was when I think I was coming in, I was kind of rehearsing everything. And you were like, what?
What are you? I forgot about that.
It was very much y'all, Randy Watkins Coming to America. That was what, that is just what I was doing. And Jasmin was like, Kristin, can we just acknowledge what's happening here first? And so I'm thinking about that experience, Jasmin, and just honestly, my personal growth since working with you back in August of 2022, which was such an incredible, magical experience. And then thinking about how many times you actually, I remember I kept telling the stories of all my people, but I wasn't telling my own. And you were like, this is great. And also, people don't want to hear about everybody else. They want to, what about yours? Where are you in this? And I think about that, this homecoming journey that I've been on, in the process of going, wow. I have a story too. And there's a little bit of a hiding that's happening behind the stories of all of these other folks that, whose stories I have the privilege to amplify and tell. And so, when I think about this, you're experiencing me a year later, like you got to see the fruits of your labor. Like you got to see the fruits of the way that you poured into me that day. And there is a clear line of demarcation there of like the before and the after that experience for me.
Wow.
And so I just like, I know that we had not like, you know, I didn't DM you about, I got to share this. I got to, you know, I want to say this today, but I just also want like, I just want to give you your flowers and say that what you experienced in the room for a lot of people, right? Because I'm not the only person that you have helped and supported, you got to see the fruits of all your labor and of all your genius in that room.
Wow. Thank you for that. Because honestly, I forgot about that moment. I literally move on. When I work with my clients, I literally move on to what's the next. Like I don't dwell in whatever, you know, wherever they may be at. I'm always thinking about the future and what it is that they can achieve and be able to be able to do with their voice and with just strategically becoming more aligned with the way that they speak. And you sharing that brings me back to that moment. And I appreciate that because I think a lot of us, we really don't take enough time to kind of slow down and appreciate where and what things we've had the opportunity to contribute in.
Yeah.
And so thank you for that. That was a gift for me today. I appreciate you. You already are amazing, but just to hear the responses, to see the reviews of your experience when you, Tracy, thank you. It is a good pause. That is a good pause. Just to have that moment to see how people reflected after hearing you. And let me tell you, y'all, Kristin, not only is she an incredible PR agent, we're going to get to what we're talking about, but we're going to love on each other right now. So y'all just wait.
Y'all have to hold on just a second.
Right. Let us love on each other and then we'll get back to business.
Yes.
But to see how people felt after hearing you speak. And y'all, not only is she an incredible PR agent, okay, she's about her business. Her people are being visible and seen, right? And sharing the most incredible stories. This sister can also sing, okay?
Yeah.
And she blessed us with such a beautiful experience that you can actually catch that on Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you're at. I've actually shared it publicly so that you can witness and be able to see how beautiful and amazing the experiences that Kristin provides for her speaking engagements. So for anyone interested in up-leveling their next event, you need to hire Kristin, number one. If you're interested in PR, you need to hire her as well. But I guarantee that your attendees are going to leave with such a transformative experience. They'll be talking about your event for months to years to come after Kristin takes the stage. Like, it's really that serious.
Wow.
I want to just tell you that because it was incredible.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for that. Really, really, thank you so much for that. And it's been a process. I think the other part, and as we're kind of getting into what we're really here for, right, is I think, for me, it took a year. Like it took a whole year from that VIP day with you to the moment that I was like, this is who I am ready to be visible in this way for myself, right? To tell that story more publicly, more boldly too, right? And to integrate the sum of, I always say, like, I'm the sum of all of my parts, not just some of my parts, right? And so it's like to integrate that into, my speaking work and the things that I'm doing on and off the stage. It took me a year. That was a process, right? And so I think sometimes in the journey of becoming more visible, whether it is, in media, whether that is in partnerships, that is on stages, right? It's like, there is a journey, like there is a process to that. And I think, that honestly, that journey would have taken me a lot longer had I not had a great guide. And I think that's also like what you and I are here for, and also here to talk about as we head into, this masterclass that we're hosting on Friday. But just this notion that you're on the journey. Like it's you're on the journey. You're the one doing the work. You're the one that is deciding like, this is what I want for my life. This is what feels custom and good for me. This is what feels whole. Right. And you got to be selective about your guides, because a lot of people are going to a lot of people want to go on the journey with you. And I'm going to air quote want, right. And not everybody can, and not everybody should be your guide along the journey.
This is
right.
True.
And so I think it's really, really important to, to determine like, where is it that I want to go? Where is it that I'm heading? And what am I committed to? What do my values look like? And find guides along the way who are going to help you accomplish that in a really sustainable way too. Right. Because I think that's the part that you and I are also like, we are beating this drum right now about sustainability, sustainable speaking, sustainable exposure. Like, this truly is the hill I am willing to die on right now. Like sustainable. We need something new. All right.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen. When I did my keynote at the Legacy Scaler conference, and I talked about building a strong core, right? I won't go into the details. If y'all want to hear some of the tips and things like that I shared at the conference, we're having an after party on Thursday. It's free. Come hang out with us. I'll drop the link in the comments for you to join. But that really set the whole precedence for the entire event. And what I found is people want to get visible. They need to get visible in order to sustain growth, to continue to grow in their business.
Right.
However, we're not doing it in a way that is strategically aligned with the life that we want to live. And so I think what was really powerful about what you shared and why we said, okay, let's collaborate on this.
Yeah.
Because we realized like the work wasn't done. Like that wasn't enough time. And we are tired of being in situations or in rooms where there's fluff. We want to be straight, no chaser. Like let's get to it. What is it that we need in order to get visibility? What is it that we need in order to build the life that we desire, as well as continue to make a deep impact?
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing for most of us is we just don't know where to go. And I think between the momentum we built in that conference, we was like, let's do this again.
Yes.
Friday, November 3rd. And let's talk about some of the things that we could not because of time.
Right.
And really tackle in what's necessary for us to leverage PR, media, and speaking.
Right.
And how to do so in a way that really moves the needle forward in our business.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the other thing, like y'all, let's be clear. Jasmin and I legit, we were so post-conference, we were like, okay, we intended to spend like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, an hour together. And Jasmin and I ended up, it turned to hours because we just could not stop talking about like, okay, and then everybody's asking this question and people need this and I'm seeing this and I'm seeing that and you're seeing this thing over here. And we just were like, truly Friday is out of the, like, I feel like we are just pouring out and just, it's an overflow, right? It's like an overflow of abundance of, we have seen people struggling. We are seeing people who are in the process of trying to maximize. You are maxing out, right? And so like, we want to talk about like, what does maximize actually mean? And what does that really even look like too, right? Like, how do we maximize those things? And I think Jasmin and I are so committed to how do we make sure that the people who are making this world a more just and joyful place do not burn out and quit in the process of doing so, because we know how important you are. We know how needed you are, right? And so, and we know how needed your story is. And so we know how to do that in a sustainable, strategic way. And so Friday is really about us just like, it's just honestly for me, I'm like, I just want to pour out. That's it. I just want to pour out. I want people to know, like, this is what we're seeing. This is what's going on. This is a tool. This is this. Like, we're going to be very, very practical about what it is that you need in order to maximize visibility in a new fashion, sustainable way.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We can share our information. We can share our strategy, right? And do so in an abundant way, and it will not take away from the services that we provide. Like, that's the number one thing I want y'all to understand. Like, of course, we have businesses, okay? Of course, there will be opportunities that we will share how you can work with us. But I think what's really important is that we decided we're going to take 90 minutes out of our day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't ask me if we can do it an hour later, an hour early. No, that's not going to happen, okay? Because it's free 99. It's complimentary.
Free 99. Yes, yes. Free 99. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make the time to show up and be there. Don't ask me about no replay. Okay.
No replay.
Right. Yeah. Don't be complaining about nothing. You know, I need y'all to come into the room if you know that you've been playing too small. Like, one of the things that I wrote, even to my community, it's like 2024 is about being bold.
Amen. Woo. Okay. All right, November 1. Let's go.
I'm tired of being the best kept secret, just for me. Just for me. And I leverage, and I don't know if you found this to be true, but like, I've leveraged speaking. I know I can go bolder with speaking, but I also have a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have my family, and they're my number one priority. Yeah. So I have different seasons of my life where certain things will work for me and certain things will not.
Right.
However, I realize that I have limited my view of media.
Yeah.
So the time is coming where I'm going to be a student of Kristin's. You know, like, because I'm like, there's been times where I've kind of talked myself out of that. And I think that people like all of us who's listening today, who's having the opportunity to kind of hear us chat, need to understand that we can have our voices heard in a bolder way. But some foundational pieces we need to make sure are in line for us to be able to do so. In a way.
Yeah. And I think, y'all, I'm going to share very candidly, our team, we vet requests for our clients all day, every day. Right. So like, people reach out to our clients to, you know, either have them on media, podcast shows, stages, all of those things. And I'm going to share, like, this is literally what I do. This is what I look for. I need these things within 5 minutes of looking at someone's site, looking at someone, like, you know, I've had huge folks reach out to us, and as I'm thinking about the criteria that fits for someone, right? I want to share that with you so you all know, oh, this is what I need to get ready. This is what people are going to be looking at. This is what people are considering and talking about, right? In order to book or move forward. So I definitely want us to be talking about those things. And this is the part, like I said, you know, Jasmin and I want to give you the inside scoop, right? This is like the behind the curtain. We want to, like, here's behind the curtain. Here's what's actually happening. Here's what we'd love to see you implement for yourself. Because again, it goes back to, this world does not change if we do not share our stories and if we do not share our goods. Because the stories of the people that are around us are people who are making the world a more just and joyful place, right? In whatever corner of the world. That could be a stylist, an interior designer. That could be a thought leader, an author, right? That could be a consultant. But you are focused on, I'm not going to leave this earth until it's more just and more joyful than when I got here, right? And so we want to make sure that we give you the scoop on how to do that and do it in a really sustainable, powerful way.
Yeah, and to do it now. And to do
it
now. And stop waiting, because like, at the end of the day, we're not guaranteed another day of life. We don't know when our time is up here on this earth. I certainly don't want to live my life with regrets. Yeah. And so if you know that you've had this calling within you for years, for months, to just be bolder and bigger in the way that you communicate your own story, then you need to be here in this room. I think, you know, most of us don't think about the futility of life until it hits you. Yeah. What hit me was the loss of my mom. So that helped me to appreciate, like, I don't have time to play around anymore. And inch by inch, every single year, I get bolder with that. And so now 2024 is another level, but we all have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And so we want to encourage each of y'all to join us to learn more about that.
Yes. Better be there with us on Friday. And we do it, you know, Friday's fun day. Friday's flow day. Friday is the good day, right? So like let's hang out Friday morning, 90 minutes, no replays, no moving the time. Nope. Don't ask me questions after, right? Like let's bring, I would encourage you to, like, if you're watching this today, you're watching this later, right? Write down some of the questions that you've got. This is what I'm wondering this. I've thought about this. Or, you know what? I even had this opportunity. Sometimes people are like, will come to me and say, we missed an opportunity and I got to figure out how we reignite it, right? Or how do I turn an opportunity into multiple things instead of just one thing, right? Because part of maximizing is creating more ease, right? Yeah. Sometimes, again, it's like we think about this word of maximizing of, you know, I got to do the most, and the most means many instead of what's most powerful, what's most intentional, focusing on quality, what is actually going to be the lightest lift. I talked a little bit about this at the Legacy Scaler conference about media begets media. Speaking begets speaking too, right? If we're showing up in those really like quality spaces too, right? And so then it just becomes like the lift is actually much lighter. We don't feel like we got to do 12 things in order to get one, right? Yeah. So I want us to be talking about that too on Friday of just, there is ease inside of this, but part of that ease is actually taking action. It doesn't get easier if you stand here and you don't do anything.
Listen,
it does not.
Multiple times, I am no longer, y'all gonna see a whole new, brand new Jasmin. Like it's
I love it too. I love it too. Let's go.
I don't want no more professional students. I don't want to help no more professional students. I want professional action takers. If you here ready to take action and you really are, you know, even though you may be working on it, that your message is worthy, right, of being shared, then you need to hop into these rooms and get ready to implement.
Yeah.
And stop making excuses. Stop going down the line of hiring this and hiring that and putting on, getting more software. Like, I mean, I don't know what kind of decisions people make when they just like avoiding the work that they have to do.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? Here's like, I had a conversation with somebody else about this the other day, and someone is doing really amazing work in the world. And I said, I really do. I recognize that sometimes the self-sabotage is so subconscious, because really what's happening is that we are so terrified to get all the yeses than we are the no's, because the no is normal. Yeah. Right. The no is the default. We're used to the no. We're used to the rejection. We don't like it. It doesn't feel good. But also for many of us, it has been the status quo.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I'm like, I really do. I'm like, I think one of the reasons that we are not stepping into that boldness, not stepping into that next level of what it is that we're supposed to do in this world, is because we are afraid that if everybody says yes, that like, one, we're not going to know what to do with that. Two, we might actually fail. We might actually disappoint people. We might miss the mark. Newsflash, we're going to fail. Newsflash, we're going to disappoint people. We're going to mess up a whole lot. We're going to say the wrong thing. We're going to have all of those moments. And also, like, I want us to like to step into that gap of, you know, of fear, but also like, oh my gosh, if we actually do it, like really, really and truly, the world does change. Yes, and so I recognize that sometimes the yes is a lot scarier than the status quo of no and normal. Like, but this is I think for folks who are deciding to be in the room on Friday, it is because, you know, you're like, I recognize that I could disappoint people. I recognize that I might fail. I recognize that the shoe might come off when I step on stage, right? Actually, legit, that has happened to me, right? Like, I recognize that those things have happened, can happen, will happen. And also, I am so committed to the vision that stuff is like
minor.
It just is what it is. It's just part of it.
Yes.
My eyes are fixed on the vision.
Yes. I love that. I love that. And that reminds me too of EJT's
yes.
You know,
EJT EJT, he brought us. I mean, if I could have just laid down on the floor, just like just face down. That's what EJT did to all of us. And y'all, if y'all were not there for that,
she laid us all out. Yeah. We should have all laid on the floor.
We should have. We really should have. And
yes,
please, like, I just gotta like take a second and say, if you are looking for someone who is going to change the entire, like the moment that everybody is going to speak about at your conference, at your event, Dr. EJT, period.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Like Jasmine and I were both watching and we're like, yeah, wait, this is.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah. You want to get it. You want to get in on that early. Cause I'm telling you, like,
listen,
I'm telling you, calling it.
Yes.
5 years max.
2 years.
Right. That's why I'm like, y'all better book today. Y'all don't know. You better book today. And we've seen some things.
Michelle Obama status. That's like all I'm thinking about. Her talk was so phenomenal. Dr. EJT, I know you're busy right now, but we love you.
We love you. We love you. We love you. We're thankful. 2%.
2%. Dr. Erica Jordan Thomas is who we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us. I see Tracy is on here. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
I can't wait for this talk. We have 90 minutes. We're going to be going all the way in on Friday. I hope you're ready. Put your seatbelts on. Put your helmets on. We're not here to play. We want to get more women on stages, in media, and we want them to do it sustainably, and we want them to do it with joy. We want it to add to your life, not take from your life.
Yeah.
And there's amazing people out there where you are safe and they will take care of you. But the first step is your willingness to meet us.
Yeah.
To meet us, ready to go.
Yeah.
So that's what this conversation is about, and we cannot wait to see y'all. So click the link in our description. It's this Friday, November 3rd at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is complimentary. It is free. You are utilizing your time to join us. We will not have a replay for you, so don't be asking me. And don't ask Kristin. You have to make the time, and I promise you will be worth it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all.
We will see y'all Friday. Jasmine, I love you, friend.
Bye. Love you too.